welcome to Citizen Tarot. I'm going to do another reading having to do with a book today, and this is the one I'm going to draw from randomly, meaning I'm just going to flip it open and see what pops up. This is called Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die, and it's a whole idea that energies and emotions can affect you physically, which you can believe in or not, but I find is a really fascinating topic, and I don't know. Sometimes I'm convinced. Sometimes I still don't know. But I feel like it's true on some level. I don't know. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to just flip to a random thing. Let me get into this. Just give me a good message. Okay. Okay, so I've opened it to a part that says circulation problems. I want to read what it says. Feeling overloaded, not enjoying job, but can't quit or let go feelings of tension and discouragement. Feeling I must prove myself, but how? Putting yourself down. Love of self and others drives circulation. So all of those things can contribute to it. A lack of self-love and love for others can cause issues with it also. Not enjoying. I'm like rereading it again. Feeling I must prove myself, but how? Putting yourself down. Interesting. This is kind of already reminding me of the most previous one. We're gonna get into it. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna draw three overall cards for the energy. Overall cards with message. Got the Forest, the Poet, and the Riddle. Okay, so starting off. Anytime I see this card, I always think of the term forest for the trees, seeing the forest for the trees, right? And maybe that's putting together different experiences. Maybe this has to do with like, what I'm getting off the top of my head is like experiences from the past or throughout your life that maybe you haven't quite connected yet, but are all part of the same forest. So maybe this is an event and this is a different event and this is a different event, and you don't, you see the individual trees, but you haven't zoomed out and seen the overall picture. And what I like about the overall picture is that there is this sort of rainbowy, almost northern lightsy type sky above it. But you're down here camping in this little tent in the shadows of it. And there's this whole sky above you that's waiting for you to just look at it and see it, right? Maybe there's some revelation in it waiting in the forest itself, not just within the individual trees, waiting for you to discover. And that's what you require this poet energy. The poet takes different words and different meanings, and likens it to other things, right? The poet says, how is a raven like a writing desk? It'll be like, I was as happy as a bird on the first day of spring, or whatever, you get what I'm saying. I can't think off the top of my head. I've spat out poetry, but interesting. There are a whole lot of birds here, I've noticed, and they're flocking out, flying different directions. They almost seem kind of chaotic, right? And I see this kind of like as a crystal ball. So you're starting to look at these trees, all these birds flocking in different directions and making the connections and saying, oh, I see the flock, right? I see the forest. And this has been a giant riddle for you. It's been something that maybe you've even been aware of and been like, yeah, I've been trying to figure this out forever. This seems like something I've been working on for my entire life, maybe even, or since I've become more aware, I've started to kind of pick up on little patterns here and there, or maybe it's But you still have this riddle that you're trying to solve. Okay, so now let's get into the actual tarot. Tell me about this situation. This message for our people. Okay. Okay, so you have the Knight of Cups, the Fool in reverse, and the Ace of Cups reversed. I'm still learning tarot, so I'm just gonna get into this. Perhaps this Knight of Cups has to do with an emotional offer coming in. Let's see. You are romantic, charming, and in love with love itself. You wear your heart on your sleeve. You thrive on all things beautiful and are inspired by many creative outlets that are available to you. Okay, so you love itself. Someone is coming in with an offer. Maybe it's you, maybe it's not. You have the Fool in reverse. Like, I understand the Fool energy in general, but I want to know what this deck says about it being in reverse. You have conceived of a new project but aren't ready to birth it just yet. You are worried about the risks and fear of the unknown. Right, so you're being held back by this fear, and you have this Ace of Cups, ton of passion, but you don't know what to do with it. You don't know if it's safe to give it to somebody, so you're kind of keeping it to yourself for now. You're very cautious and aware. Okay. More. Please. Devil in reverse. I need to get better at reversals. Justice. I feel like Justice is connected to this Devil in reverse. And the Queen of Wands reverse. This feels like a person in this situation. Maybe it's you, but it feels like it might be someone else. I'm gonna look at what this deck has to say about these cards in reverse, because, you know. My hair is crazy today, and I'm not even gonna care about it. Devil in reverse. What is wrong with me? Why can't I find this? It's embarrassing. Okay, reverse. Be aware of self-sabotage and self-destructive behaviors. Release any self-imposed limiting beliefs that are standing in the way of your growth and expansion. Queen of Wands. Reverse, you need to strike a balance between your work and family commitments so you are not over-investing in one or the other. Ground yourself, come back to what is important to you, and honor that passion in reverse. Okay, but what I'm getting from this is perhaps this seems like someone else in my brain. I don't know why, it just does. Perhaps someone has caused you to be in your head, or someone has even drawn out a sense of like obsessive thought in you, or self-destructive behaviors based on this obsessive thought. And maybe it's even self-destructive in a way that you aren't really totally aware of when you're doing this. You're just like in it. This person is someone that you've had a lot of passion for. They've had a lot of passion, but maybe that passion has kind of tipped on its head and has become toxic. I hate the word toxic, but sometimes it's necessary. Perhaps it's become harmful. And with this Justice card being in here, I want to know more about the Justice card being attached to the Devil and this Queen of Wands reverse. The Star in reverse. And behind it is this Eight of Pentacles. Oh, in reverse. So you have a girl. The Eight of Pentacles represents this person that's working on their pentacles, right? And the Star represents, in my mind, it represents wishes and hopes and dreams, but it's in reverse in connection with this Justice and the Eight of Pentacles. So perhaps maybe this obsession or whatever the self-destructive behavior is, that this situation with this person has kind of like gotten you into, has taken you away from your dreams and your goals and ambitions, and has even, you know, all the work that you put with, even all the work that you put into over all the years and stuff, maybe that's even been like for as long as you've been working on whatever it is that you want to achieve or do, you've been being held back. That even like the work that you put into it has been like seemingly like maybe you haven't put as much into it because you've been held back from those things, or you've had to like give all your resources, including like mental and physical, to this energy. Tell me more. And the Ten of Swords. And it feels, you feel betrayed. Okay. There's betrayal in this situation. Tell me more. So now you have this King of Wands in here. This could be you. Verdict's out. Let me find out. Tell me more about this King of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. On the King of Wands. I'm gonna do a little looking into Leo. King of Wands. You are charged up with energy, passion, and motivation and enthusiasm. You are channeling that energy through your inspired action. Fueled by ambition and confidence, you are here to make things happen. But you also have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse attached to that. You may be afraid to spend money on yourself, worrying that you are not worthy. You may be undercharging, working for free, or accepting lower salary than you should know. Okay, to me, this talks about, perhaps this is you, right? And you have this passion and ambition that you want to offer up to this energy, this Queen of Wands in reverse, who's kind of done you dirty, put 10 swords in your back and kept you away from your hopes and dreams, but you're still addicted in a sense to this energy, with the Devil in reverse. So with this passion and ambition, as the King of Wands, you come in and maybe even like offer yourself physically or whatever you can do, but it undermines your sense of self-worth. You know, you think maybe if I can like give myself to this person in these ways and show them how dedicated I am, or how much they should miss me, or whatever it might be, it's undermining your sense of worth. And something tells me that this person is not going to see it as anything other than exactly that, you know, it comes off as, oh, you're compromising yourself. For me, someone who's already put you in a compromising situation and broken your heart, wow, I can really see how dedicated you are to me. And I'm not trying to be insensitive. I understand it. I've been there. Okay, let's see. More on this. Oh man, you got Five of Pentacles. You feel left out in the cold. It's really, really, really hard to move on from relationships that gave you a sense of warmth and comfort, freedom. Perhaps without that relationship in general, you already felt out on your own before that, right? And for a while, even if it was toxic or harmful to you, kept you away from your hopes and your dreams, took away from your resources without giving much back, it still felt warmer than the Five of Pentacles, being out in the cold. And now you feel like you're out in the cold with this Ten of Swords in your back. If this is you, I am sorry. It's not easy to deal with. Okay, we have the High Priestess in reverse. To me, I'm thinking, you know, this is like a lot of concocting and coming up with ways to maybe get back into this person's head, get, you know, trying to predict a future or envision a future. You're still envisioning a future, maybe even repetitively, obsessively, a future with this person where you're out of the cold. Tell me more about the High Priestess. You got this Ace of Swords. We're definitely doing this, right? Like, it's the thought on your brain all the time, over and over and over again, repeating constantly. And it has this swordy, if I can, effect. And it's cutting deep. It's cutting deep into yourself. And you think that the more that you do this and offer yourself up to this person, that they're going to just take you back and see all the good, and everything could be that beautiful future you're envisioning. Interesting. Okay, these are cool together. So you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. You're the ultimate working parent. You care for your family and domestic responsibilities while also making a living for yourself and creating financial abundance. You maintain a healthy balance between home and work. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Be cautious about accepting or making an offer related to your finances or career. The timing isn't right, and it might not come to fruition as you expected. Assess the feasibility of your idea before proceeding. This just kind of echoes to me, you know, you have this offering you want to make. And so the Queen of Pentacles is someone who is a provider of resources, of time. It's the queen of, you know, all this time and work. You're good at working and working hard to get what it is that you want, to provide for those you love. And you're driven by your passion and ambition to do this. You're really focused on others. The Queen of Pentacles, she's sort of cradling this, it's a very maternal energy, right? It's a nurturing energy. She's even holding that pentacle, like she's nurturing it, right? She also kind of looks a little sad in the way she's sitting in this right now. She's just surrounded by beauty, but she's staring down at the ground and not really seemingly noticing that all that around her, which blooms and blossoms because of her presence. It's really, really hard to do when you lose your sense of yourself, having been attached to somebody else who give you a sense of meaning and like drive to move forward and do those things. But you have this pentacle that you're cradling that you really want to come in and offer to this person. And gender doesn't matter here. Whoever this Queen of Wands, she was in reverse, is whoever, male, female, whoever it may be, you want to offer your time and your resources. Continue to do what you've done in the past, but like even better now, right? If you can, to get out of this cold. What are the actions that a person should take? I'm going to draw 3 action cards to move forward. You've got winter. Earth's heart. I like that because the Queen of Pentacles, where does she go? The Queen of Pentacles is a really earthy energy. You've got the Earth's heart. Heart having to do with circulation. Oh, interesting. Okay. Another action card for this. Oh, 2 of them. We get 2 more of them. So we've got Uranus and breath. Okay. Let's see here. I really want to do a clarifier card on this Uranus, please. The Magician. Okay. One more card on that because I want to know. Just out of curiosity, a Magician with the Uranus card. What are we talking about? The Storm. Oh, interesting. Okay. I think I understand that. Look, we've got 2 lightning bolts up in here. This is the card I was clarifying. It was clarified with the Magician and the Storm. Okay. Those cards look really similar. They're by the same artist, but they're from 2 different decks. Interesting. Okay, so to me, what this is saying for forward action, moving forward, you have winter, which is a sense of a season of rest, of going inward, staying out, right? Like you're out in this cold, right? And it's cold, it is. And what do you do in winter to get out of the cold? You go inside. You go inside and you dwell inside and you eat warm soup and cuddle under blankets and watch your favorite television shows, maybe put on a few pounds if you're me. My roommates are chatting and laughing, so if you can hear that, it's because they're really just laughing at my joke. It's a cue for you to think that I'm funny. Okay. And then we have the Earth's heart, which is connecting to Earth, right? It's grounding, going inside and grounding. You know, there's this rose at the center of the earth, and these are representative of all, like, you know, the layers of the earth. But we are all being pulled to the center core. And I really like that it's Earth's heart also, because we started this out with that little chunk, a little bit on circulation. I want to read that again now that we've done this little reading. It says, circulation problems: feeling overloaded, not enjoying your job but can't quit or let go, feelings of tension and discouragement, feeling I must prove myself, but how? Wow, this really fits. Putting yourself down, love of self and others drives circulation. Love of self and others drives circulation. Okay, so you've gotten really, really good at loving others. And maybe you don't dislike yourself, maybe you do. But maybe you've kind of dropped the ball on loving yourself in the same way that you've been so good at loving whoever this other person is that you feel you must prove yourself to. The person you need to prove yourself to right now is you. Uranus is a planet of abrupt change. There's a reason there's this lightning in there. I also really like this kind of tessellation of colors. It reminds me of like stained glass in a church. Oh, yeah. So you have this lightning bolt coming down. Uranus's abrupt change, and it feels like a lightning bolt a lot of the time. Maybe this ending that you've gone through feels like something was just ripped from you. And maybe in that feels like a part of you was just ripped away from yourself. What are you supposed to do with that? Well, you have this winter. Wait it out. Feed yourself yummy things. Take care of yourself. Self-love. Take care of yourself. And sometimes that does involve indulging in those ways, and sometimes it involves more so just coming into yourself and really feeling and allowing yourself to feel, grounding yourself. So you have this Uranus energy, and to clarify on it, we had the Magician, which is someone who is manifesting something, right? You're taking all these materials and things that you've gathered from this experience. You have your thoughts, your sharp thoughts, and your obsessive thoughts, and you have your passion and your drive, and you have your material resources, whatever they may be, and your emotions. They're all out on this table for you to do something with. You're manifesting something. What you're manifesting is a storm, which is really interesting to me and really cool, because to me, my brain's just like, okay, this is where you allow yourself to get angry. I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, we look at anger as such a negative emotion. And I know we've probably heard this before, but we look at anger and we teach anger as like a negative emotion. We shouldn't be feeling it. And surely we shouldn't dwell there. But it exists for a reason. And what anger is asserting your sense of worth. No, I am worth more than that. I deserve better than that. That's what anger is. I deserve so much more out of the situation. You should see so much more in me right now. You should not be making me feel like this small thing and leaving me out in the cold. And if you're doing that, that's, we put that on ourselves. But when you realize, no, that's not me. I am the freaking Queen of Pentacles. I have so much to offer openly and willingly. I'm a hard worker. I've got dreams and goals and ambitions, and you kept me from them, and I've let you. And now I'm pissed off because you took that for granted and made me feel unworthy. So you're summoning this storm, right? And you're going inside while you let it just rain, right? You just let it come down. And then the last action card we have is Breath, which is pretty straightforward. Yes, the idea that we don't dwell in the storm. We allow the storm to go on as long as it needs to in order for us to really release this energy that feels insane, that's got you in this cycle of repetitive thought. It is the thought, and it's time to cut it out, and it requires this sort of intense energy to get the sword to go away, to get you out of the cold, bring you into the warmth. So while allowing this anger, you allow yourself to breathe, meditate, let it flow through you. Know that it is not bad to feel these things. In fact, it's necessary, and we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. Breathe. There's a whole future ahead of you, and it's bright and beautiful and amazing. And you're going to increase the circulation within yourself. What's interesting about circulation is, you can compare it to a lot of things, like the poet does. Once you start getting the circulation going within your own self, your own blood, but like within your own emotional world too, get this better understanding of yourself and the world, and things around you start flowing better. You have a better... There's my roommates singing. funny songs. Okay, yeah. You might find that the world around you just flows better. Circulation, the energies around you start flowing better now that you're out of this situation that's kept you away from your potential for so long. I want to see, I'm going to draw one card from each deck for the outcome as you take these actions. Ooh. Ooh. Death in reverse. Okay, kind of like that, and I'll tell you why in a second. And if we follow these steps, these actions, that's how you might feel. That's how you might feel while you're working on this. While you're letting yourself feel these emotions. But you got Neptune. What to do. I'm just gonna finish this. Or maybe one day you'll laugh about it after. Who knows? You never know. Then you got the animal. Okay. That's a likely outcome. Oh, I like that. To me, this death card in reverse represents, it is all this process is a death, but it's a really fortunate death. With it being in the reverse, it's like it stopped and now it's so quiet. With it being in reverse, to me it sort of seems like it's representative of a rebirth, right? Like it's a tragic, that's what Uranus does. It's sort of like Pluto in a sense that it causes these dramatic upheaval type events and causes these deaths, which really seem painful. But this death coming back in the reverse as an end result seems like a rebirth. Yes, it's a death, and thank God. Thank God I no longer have this freaking Ace of Swords up in my head all the time. Thank God I'm not offering up all my time and my resources to this energy that doesn't even appreciate it. Thank God I know my worth. And I've taken care of myself. And eventually this turns into a sort of poetic thing for you where it's like, okay, I see the meaning in all this happening now. I'm sort of in a sense happy that it happened. Because I have a better sense of myself and what I know I deserve and what I'm going to tolerate and what I won't. This Neptune and the animal, where's the other cards with your outcome? So Neptune has to do, we see it, some praying hands here, has a lot to do with intuition and dreams and hopes and following those dreams. This Ace of Swords that ends up being all about this one person, it ends up being like, instead of being thinking about them all the time, you're thinking about those hopes and dreams and you're putting your energy into those things, and the circulation increases and you start to see energy and movement in those areas in your life. So you're trusting your intuition and your instincts and your hopes and your dreams, and you're following them in a sort of wild fashion. You've got this sense of freedom and wildness about you. I really love this card with this beautiful eye. It looks like almost like a fox, like a wolf eye. And it's surrounded with flowers, and you're seeing beautiful things in your future. And you're better able to see that now that you've looked up from the ground and you've looked at your surroundings around you as the Queen of Pentacles, male or female, whatever it may be. You start to see this forest for the trees, put it all together, and you see all these beautiful things, and it leads you to a brighter, better future. You're going to find a lot of healing and taking those steps and allowing yourself to be angry for a space of time as you retreat and recover and allow. That's the reading. Bye.